Hello, my name is Cthulhamonster. Welcome back to my ATM Gravitas 2 early game series. Last episode, we worked on getting our Gregtech Steam installed in our workshop right here, which I'm super excited about. I didn't talk about how enormously wealthy we are now. Look at all these ingot stacks. We were processing a Gregtech Steam, a Gregtech cassiterite and calipyrite vein. So I'm excited to have gotten through that, but yeah, right behind me, you might see the pile of taxes behind us. Those are areas where one of the self rules I've given myself in this series is 10% of all the stackable ingots that we're doing go to a theoretical taxes. So right now, my theory is that Curiosity the Dragon in my first ATM Gravitas world is demanding tribute and will make a vault in the future. That way I can see the wealth. This might get really ridiculous once we get past the ATM, like HV and IV and all those fun things. So we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, I'm really excited to get in today's episode. We have some cleanup to do, and I would like to get into the the TFC Blast Furnace. It's time we get steel, guys. We need steel stat. So with that comes a need to maintain our iron. And I'd like to get some more organization going. Let's work on the Create workshop. We did so much on the Gregtech. All right, let's see what we get up to here today. So the Create Blast Furnace, that's going to be our next step here. It is going to require us to have... I'm trying to think. I'm thinking we're going to go for the smaller one. I really don't like to do my steel this way. Maybe we'll go up a few levels, but here's the bare minimum one with it's 4 blocks of the fire bricks around it and 12 raw iron sheets around on top of the actual blast furnace, which actually does sit on top of crucible. So we're gonna have to have a crucible, a blast furnace. This is a max size here, so we could go up to 5, I believe. And then we're going to need to get a bellows. And once we get through all of that, we are going to need to make a little thing in the corner here, which, what is it called? It's a thingamabob. It starts with a T. T. Well, we'll make one here, and when we make it, I will try to pronounce it. But since this is going to require a blast furnace, I did a little bit of clearing out here. This is a contraption I have made for, well, not technically a contraption, a little machine here that I'm using for raw blooms. You stick your raw iron blooms here. They get heated up by a fan contraption, blasting contraption back there, and then the smart chute just controls when we actually accept stuff. So we got 40 raw iron ingots right now, and then this is just a press. I don't have a permanent, I'm still working on setting up the power back here the way exactly I want it. So it's a little bit of a mess, but I just wanted to make sure it ran before I started worrying. So it should stop at this length once we get that proper. And I'm still debating on whether or not I want to run power through Create New Age with the wires. Gosh, I need to figure out where to put this. So I may end up putting the taxes in a chest. I don't have any... Yeah, I just want to make sure I have no, whatchamacallit, ingots in my pockets right now, because this... Yeah, I need to put this in a chest / somewhere else just while I'm building. In time, it will have a beautiful setup. I'm very excited for the future. I have no permanent space for it, though, right now. So... I want to make sure I don't lose any of this. Let's... Glorious taxes. This is going to be ridiculous once we actually have a vault. Alright. Yeah, don't have enough space in this chest, so we'll have to get another one. Alright. But yeah, I think I'm going to stash this. It needs to be by the... what is that thing called? It still needs to stay by the forge, or I will never remember. Like, I'm lazy by heart, so put it where it needs to stay semi-near. But I'm going to put it on this side for the moment. This is where normally I keep my cast iron that's waiting processing, but that's okay. This can be our taxes box for the moment. Let's, and then I was thinking of doing the thingamabob here. But then I realized that I was gonna have the retaining wall come back down this way. So I'm gonna make, I'm making some more andesite bricks so I can start building this up a little bit, and maybe we'll start finagling our not our campground, our farmland as well. So fire bricks, I get 2 each, and so I'm just gonna start off with the 4 to start, maybe 8, 4 or 8. And what I can do is I can use 1 clay. Shoot, if I had LV, this would be a little bit cheaper, but I don't. So I can use 5 for 3 here. So let's see, and then each of these takes 5. So I'm gonna make some. I'm not very good at math in this respect. It gives me a headache to think about. And then it looks like we might need to get some more kaolinite clay as well. So we'll just, we're gonna make up some fire clay, make as many of these as I can, and see where we're at. So I forgot that kaolin clay was needed, forgot that the blast furnace needed a crucible. So I am prepping that. It takes 8 plates, wrought iron plates, and then a crucible. So I am going to put some charcoal in my offhand. I know that some folks don't like to do this. It's a little using the system, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And if you put charcoal down faster, it breaks it like a torch in vanilla, which I am pro doing. If I need to gather a lot of stuff fast, I should have brought my haste, but I did not. I need to pick up some clay, too. I'll do it until I lay down a layer of charcoal as big as my pocket here. You keep it down, if you're causing a cascade, it will continue to break, which I appreciate. Now I can make another crucible, and we can get the blast furnace started. With our crucible here, we can make our blast furnace. I think this is a really cool looking block. It's got a lot of like texture to it. It definitely looks like something that's been like left here. So big fan of it. Gotta light the forge to make sure it registers as a forge, which it's doing. And then up here, this is the turn. That's the thing we're gonna make soon. I do need another set of bellows, so I should probably get some leather going as well. It has been a bit since I've done leather, and I did a little bit of storage here. If you use scaffolding, you can use scaffolding to make, what are these things called? Racks for your, what are they? Racks for the barrels, which can be nice. So we definitely got to work on our outdoor kitchen. But what was I talking about? Leather. Ah, yes, I wanted to work on some leather. So you can do a lot of this. You can run leather in batches. So I could put all 10 of these in a barrel as long as the fluid would be able to handle it. So that would be 4 buckets of lime water, which definitely it should be able to handle it. I do replace my filter when I'm setting up kaolinite because in the past it hasn't worked for me, and it's such an expensive thing to fail at. So that is why I'm going to do this. If you haven't done blasting of kaolinite, it is the 1-to-1 ratio, so it makes a huge difference for making fire clay. One thing with the blast furnace I run into is I need to have like an intermediate block here to put the fire brick around, because you do want it hollow there, and we are going to need to be able to drop stuff in from the top. So that will be, we'll need to get access up here as well. And how we do that is a great question. Previously, because this, with the bloomery, I could just go up the top on that end, but I may need to create like a little access point here. And I like to follow along the edge here to get my stuff back. Because I don't want to risk my, my scaffolding, my precious scaffolding. So I needed 12 wrought iron ingots here. If you hit crouch, you can then plate these, and this is what it means by putting the wrought iron on the outside, or in the book. So definitely each layer of this is more and more expensive. Right now we just have 1. I'm wondering if I should take down I'm going to take down the second one of the bricks just until I can afford the next layer. I just don't have that available at the moment. So let's get the little item we need here while I'm waiting for the bellows to process. And I'm going to put 2 bellows here. Maybe I'll go up here and then over. And we do need access to our cellar, so this will be something that we'll start working on, is building our underground cellar area as well. That might be very useful in regards to things like the coke oven, because I do need to find a way to store creosote. And I also want to get lava from over there into other areas of the site, like maybe over here. I did just realize I do have enough for the second layer in wrought iron, so I'm going to put that going as well. Okay, so the blast furnace is a advanced creation one, apparently. So it's iron ingot, iron, coal, and flux. So let's see here. So we got our chimney. We have covered it in the wrought iron. Let's see the next method. So each one can require 4. So each layer allows us to do 4 additional ore items, so I think I can do 8 with a double layer. You must drop the items into the chimney. Equal number of ore and flux. Any iron ore items that will be able to melt will do so. You'll need charcoal. Okay. So the tier year, 2 year, is the metal pipe used to funnel the air in. So that is the item that we need to craft next. And you can see this is the temp, this is the molten ore that we'd be putting in, the charcoal, the dealio, and then the spot. We'll need a bellows. It needs to reach a high temp, full size with the bellows attached. Then to get started, light the furnace with steel. Okay, then it turns into pig iron. Then pig iron, I believe we have to work the pig iron ingot on an anvil to create the high carbon, and then that then needs to get worked to turn into steel. So pain. This might end up becoming a list instead of it. And this here, I'm wondering if we can create how I'd want to get that pipeline further along here to also add to this, because it would be helpful to cast it out. I don't want to go back to casting channels. Unless I had to. Alright, so we are going to do a wrought iron one of these, because that's... I just want to make sure I'm paying attention there. Then turn off the power, I don't need that. We're going to work on the tire. Okay, so the tier does require a double wrought iron. Plate dealio. Alright, so let's look at making this wrought iron tier. It looks pretty simple with two bends, so that's 2 of those in that direction. So 2 passed, 2 big hits, then 2 punches. So yeah, that's pretty simple. I'll take it. Task complete, steel ingot. So where's that put me on this? So I think that's along the blast furnace route here. And it's gonna fight me on this piece because I'm not, I didn't want to get the full 85 bricks here. I don't need the full one. I'm not doing this. So I might end up making myself just get those as complete, depending on what I see here. Because yeah, I would love some more item interfaces. I will admit, those would be lovely. But it looks like our next route is getting our first steel here. And yeah, we are going to 100% be working towards that primitive blast furnace. That is my dream. Get away from this thing. Alright, so I'm going to throw this in here, and it just goes in that top corner up here. And then I am going to grab the leather I've been working on. Oh, I still have 5 minutes on the leather, so let's work on building a way to get into this system. So I've been thinking I might use andesite here just because maybe I should use shale. One of I wanted to see is just to see if the treated wood planks here started on fire. Because you can make treated wood scaffolding, which is what this is. And I can actually climb up this. So I think it looks pretty cool. And would kind of fit the local needs here. If I were to use this instead. Just, yeah, so I could still climb up this and get in here. I'm going to take a look at what else we can do with the treated wood. So it looks like I also have treated wood trapdoors. And the scaffolding one comes with the treated wood slabs and those items. I really wish I could put them right here. But this, the planking doesn't quite let that happen. So it'd have to be on the intermediate, not even on the intermediate here, because, yeah. Have to be out here in this spot, or it would have to be further over here. I'm gonna grab some piping here and see what I can do in regards to using this casting here. Personally, I like my pipes to be up higher so I don't have to walk into them. Let's see here. So let's see if we can connect up there. Oop, this part is part of this one. So let's connect this here and over. Okay, so I got 2 bellows here, and I've put in some treated wood scaffolding, which allows you to just go up it, like normal scaffolding, for both sides. And I didn't see them start on fire, and I did create some piping here. I was able to put another pump right here to be able to pump this into our ingot mold system over here, and I put the valve here. This is it's a little wide, but we could use it up, make it a little bit fancier later. And I got 2 bellows here. I want them on both sides. And I also managed to pick up some treated wood trapdoors here. And I was going to take a look to see how well these worked on here. So see, the coloring is just not quite the same because these ones are Gregtech and this is immersive. So we're going to want to keep with the immersive style on this. So I'm going to just, no one needs to know where those went. And right now I'm out of the treated wood. So I'm going to plan to look a little bit later on for some more of that. I am tempted to go up 2 for these and make it my wall access, and then it has been a while since I've used the TFC, whatchamacallit here, TFC Blast Furnace, so I am very rusty. Alright, so I do know I need to light the furnace below, so we're going to do that. I do have my cast iron processing over there. I do like to work in ingots versus work in I like to work in ingots, so I should be able to do 8, I believe, for each of this. So I'm going to toss 8 in here. And then 8, I'm just going to toss a full stacks of the rest of the stuff. So it fills up to the top. And I should be able to see, so I can see my fuel and my input there. Okay, so that did work. Interesting. Yeah, I just toss it all on the top. Cool that it goes as a solid there. Does it burn me? No. Not that that's a thing that you should test. But temperature-wise, I don't see anything on the temperature here. I have to light it. I do. Okay, cool. So I have this as hot too. Right now this isn't casting out. Because I have this casting at the moment. I have a lot of ingots, so I'm planning on manually casting. So I want to make sure that is still on red there. Because I don't know if I'm going to manually cast much of this. Sorry, automate this. Alright. And I do know these guys here with the deployers, it's not going to work on this one unless I put it out here. So I'd prefer just to rush the Primitive Blast Furnace instead. I want this molten down here. I basically want to make sure that once this heats up, it can stay molten below. Alright. Here we go. My fuel is pretty low. Can I toss fuel in? Nope. Have to toss it up here. I'm gonna, just in case. Looks like I am able to just toss it in. So, something to keep an eye on. I'm just gonna crank the heat. Alright, so there it went. So now we have pig iron, and it is going into the bottom section. So we can cast it out. We just have to keep these hot so that they can work. The spark caught here, and I'm just letting it burn for a second. I just wanted to see if it would catch on to the scaffolding. We are working. We're gonna get that. We need 14 for a steel anvil. And we're gonna need the steel anvil to get the primitive blast furnace, like the automatable one. Which, steel rods, those, if we cut them in half, so we can do, so it's one for this, 2 steel there, 3, and 1 more. So, 4 total, steel is what I need to get this automated. So I believe, that's 14 for the anvil, and then 4 for the blast furnace. So 18 steel is what we're going to aim for. And I will bring you back once we have that, because we are not continuing for long with this. Not that I don't appreciate things. Alright, there's our steel ingot, and now my goal is to test if I can just put steel here and temporarily use this. Hey, see? Yeah, it is going. So that is high carbonated right there. So we'll need a list filter for this. Or I never do use this again after this moment. Looks like it takes 2 hits, though. There we go. Enough to make our steel anvil. It is boiling hot, so obviously this won't let me auto-connect it there. So that is our first... that's our probably... We'll see if it's going to be our late game one, or not. I'm not in any rush to get further into, the TFC anvils. And, the dragon gear is some of the better gear in my, from what I've been understanding here. So, now we should have enough to go get started on this blast furnace. So I think I am going to cheat this in because I'm not going to do this quest. I'm not going to do 20 wrought iron. So I'm just going to put this as complete. There's no reward. So let's see here. I think I can just say complete instantly on this one. Yeah, we're not going to do that one. And for this blast furnace, that's fine. We did do that part of the blast furnace, and these 85 are for the big primitive one. So I just took that off because I'm never going to go for the 20 up there. So I don't think I should be penalized for that. So I'm going to melt this down into the rest of those cast iron and start working on this lovely, glorious primitive blast furnace. I'm so excited. Oh, yay. That really opens up a lot for us. And slag, I really don't know what to do with that one. So I've gone through my steel mining hammer, and this vein is massive, one that I've been working on. So all of those were there, and I think I got like another 1, 2, 3, 3 more layers at most. And then obviously I'm going to be able to expand into the walls a little bit as well. As I've been doing this mining, I also have my miners working on a limonite vein. So we should definitely be set for some iron, which is perfect. We were very low. I was able to get quite a bit of kaolinite pretty quick with the charcoal trick. And I'm going to go get this fired up and then get into some graphite. Luckily, when we were doing our limestone, I did find another graphite space that I have a quick waystone to. So that'll be very helpful. This is our llama and limestone space. It is a little bit, I'm not going to set a base here. I refuse to live in the swamp, but we got a spinning llama who likes to spin a bit and then circle again. So, kind of a little mascot. Living his best life there. Or his worst life. That actually might be his worst life. And now down here, we did our first mine when we were going down for limestone. Marble. And we found a bunch of Gregtech stuff up there, which is going to be good for the future. And then when we were going for marble, we found a cave. And so I want to make sure that, yep, I am paying attention. Probably should have eaten a good sandwich or something when I was prepping for this, but I didn't. I need to get some fire pits down here. I'm not there yet. Oh, jeebus. Ooh, the axe does a lot of damage, so that's nice. Yeah, we have some tetrahydrite there, but we also got some quartz over in this corner. Not quartz, the graphite over in this corner. So, is my skin crawling already? Yes, it is. Gosh, I hate this. I hate being in creepy places. Alright, and we're getting really close to having all of the clay I need here for the blast furnace. And once that is the case, I do plan on switching my, what is it called? I do plan on adjusting this. I really want a path in between this building. I feel like I like at least a minimum of 1 foot. I like to kind of go around, be sneaky. And I was trying to figure out if there's a side door that we could have as an option. Like right here, we could potentially squeak through. So maybe I'll do like a little side door into the alley right here. For maintenance, for maintenance. Definitely not because I will find the easiest path. As much as possible. 85 unfired bricks. Excellent. I definitely went over on how much I needed to go acquire. That's how she be sometimes. Our next steps then are 34 fire bricks, so let's make those. And I will, in time, want to get even more than this. I'll be honest. Oop, it's going a little crazy there. I do have 34 here. And now that we have 34 of these, let's take a look. So that completes this quest. So then we just need this primitive alloy maker thingamabob. Sorry, the blast furnace itself. And what we're short on that is just it's in my pockets right now. And what's the tool that I'm missing? The hammer and one more rod and my screwdriver. So we have a hammer, a screwdriver, and I need one more steel rod, which, winter, it's coming again. Why do I always want to build during winter? Haunts me, I swear. Alright. I can toss that in there and flip over my power. I have gone through the redstone I currently have, which has gotten us to a little over 5,000. Alright, I think we should have everything then. The blast furnace, here we go. I'm so excited. Alright, that is fantastic. And the blast furnace is a multi-block. It is 4 high and 3 tall. So it's a little bit different than the last one, but I think that's pretty good. And with that, I'm thinking I want the blast furnace to also be on here, which is why I'm thinking this is going to have to be rebuilt. And of course it's winter now, so gosh darn it, I hate winter. We may need to set up an interim one and then build in spring, because otherwise I'll go mad with the madness. Trying to think the word for this. With the blast furnace, this is something I've used even into like HV. It is such a useful contraption. So I will say, don't it is very useful as a contraption, and you're able to automate it pretty easily with item. It's able to be automated fairly easy with item pipes and conveyors, which I am very happy about that fact. I need to get just up here, one more layer. then we should have it, our first blast furnace. Yeah! Alright, so the blast furnace makes this a lot easier. So I'm going to just quickly grab this and look at the recipes. So with the blast furnace, what you're able to do is put in iron. You can even use the blocks of it, and charcoal or coal or coke. I think coke might be one of them. Let me just see here. Yep, coke. And you're able to just get steel from this. I think this is the primary thing that you're going to be able to get. So this is just a steel making item. The duration, the time frame changes up if you use different types of material. So say if I use coke, it's 30 seconds. If I use charcoal, it's 90 seconds. So there is some processing points to that, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to use charcoal the whole time. I'll admit it. Just more convenient for me. So, similar to our oven over here, I generally keep these near each other for this reason. I need to get the charcoal from here, and then I can use, I believe is it iron or cast iron? Just lost sense of that. So I could put iron through here. So it does have to be raw iron or iron, so that's something we'll have to pay attention to. But we put this together, and there is our first steel ingot coming from this machine. Way easier than that thing, right? But we had to work for it, and that's why we get this beautiful creation. So, same episode, TFC Blast Furnace, and then the Primitive Blast Furnace from Gregtech. Tell my priorities here. That's all I gotta say. As we get here into spring on my Let's Play world, thank you so much for joining me this last episode as we sort of just rushed through our steel progression. We now have a TFC Blast Furnace over there and my precious creation here, the Gregtech Primitive Blast Furnace. I'm really excited to see what we can do now that steel is available for our use, and I had a lot of fun this episode just getting the next steps of progression. I'm really excited to see what we're able to do next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye.